Okay, here we go. By the way, if you have trouble with what we're doing next, and you go online and you look at this file, you can click on that link right there. Okay, and that'll send you to a video, a different video explaining it. But you could also talk to work on the video that that we're doing right now, that we're recording right now. Anyways, so on number one, when you do math word problems, please do not read the whole word problem and think you're going to understand exactly what to do and be able to do the problem. Okay? Please read the whole problem to know what your purpose is in the word problem, to know what your goal is, but do not read the whole problem thinking that you're going to understand exactly what to do. Okay? Exactly each individual step. Read the whole problem to figure out the goal or the purpose. Okay? To figure out what to actually do, you have to break it apart. You have to chunk it. Okay? Sounds kind of gross. You need to chunk it. Okay? Break it apart into chunks and make sure you know what those words mean. Find 3 consecutive odd integers. So we have to talk about what that actually means. Really, what that means. Find 3 numbers would be just find 3 numbers in that. So your final answer, how many numbers are you going to have? Number 1, you're going to have 3 numbers for number 1. Because it's asking you to find 3. Okay? That's the first part. The second part is consecutive. Do you guys know what consecutive means? Consecutive means in order or one after the next. Okay? So when you're reading this problem, you have to pause. Since we didn't know what the word consecutive means, okay, for a lot of us, you have to pause at the word consecutive and figure out what that actually means. If you're doing a problem and you don't know what it means, and it's a practice problem or in class or homework, look it up. Just Google it, and I bet you'll get what consecutive means. Okay? So consecutive. Consecutive numbers, so numbers right next to each other. Odd numbers. Let's break it apart. What's another piece? Odd numbers. Specifically, we can talk about odd integers. What are odd integers? Or give me an example of odd integers. Okay. Odd integers referring to like numbers that end any whole number and their opposites and the negatives that end in 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Okay? Consecutive, and then you have to stop and you have to say, okay, what does consecutive odd integers mean? There's a lot of thinking involved in those 3 words to figure out exactly what's going on. We're not done even talking about those. There's even more thinking. Okay, again, my point exactly. Don't read the whole thing and think you can figure out all the intermediate spots. You have to chunk it. We just broke those 3 words up into 2 different sets, and now we're going to put them all together so that we understand what they mean all together. Let's give some examples. Sometimes examples can help you understand words. Let's do examples of 3 consecutive odd integers. If one of them is 3, what's the next consecutive odd integer? 5, right? Right after it. And the one after that? 7. So those would be an example of 3 consecutive odd integers, right? Or negative 13. Actually, let's not do negatives because it's like reverses it. But 13, 15, 17 consecutive odd numbers, right? Okay. But here's the problem. We don't know that those are actually the answers to this problem. They have to equal 57. So these aren't the answers. Okay. Plus, this problem asks you to set up this equation, which makes it a little bit more difficult. I'm asking you to think algebraically. I'm asking you to demonstrate that and use those symbols or that model, okay, to answer a problem. Okay, so here's what we need to deal with. Let's know what they are as we give it a variable. Most of the time, x, because it's friendly, we like it. It's easy to write. So let's say that 13 is x. Let's say that 13 is x. What's 15 then? In terms of x. How do I get from 13 to 15? Plus 2. So if x is 13, 15 would then be x plus 2. Because 15 is 2 more than x, or 2 more than 13, or 2 more than x. And then 17 would be x plus 4. Okay? That's what it means to be 3 consecutive odd integers. That's a lot of work to just get to that spot. We're not even done. The next chunk that we need to deal with is the sum of 57. So we need to sum these 3 numbers up, which is adding. Okay, you got to chunk it and know what sum means. Sum means adding. So we're going to add these 3 numbers up, and we're going to say that it happens to be 57. Now we've set up an equation, and we can crank it out. Okay? Combine like terms first. X plus x plus x is 3x. 2 plus 4 is 6. Minus 6, both sides. You get 3x equals 51. Divide by 3. And we get x equals 17. Okay? Is that our final answer? X is 17. Did that solve the purpose of the problem? You got to go back to the purpose. No, it didn't. How many numbers were you supposed to give as final answer? 3. How many numbers is that? 1. Let's do the other 2. So it would be 17, 19, 21. Okay? I'm going to set up the next one. 4 consecutive integers. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? If they're 4 consecutive integers, and that's x, that would be x plus 1 because it's 1 more than the first, right? And then 1 compares to 3 as x plus 2. And then 1 compares to 4 as x plus 3. Okay? We're asked for the sum, x plus 1 plus x plus 2 plus x plus 3 equals 54. And I'm going to dot this so we can talk about the next one because we're running out of time. Okay? Again, how many answers should you have for this problem? 4. Okay, let's go to number 3. Number 3. Find consecutive even integers. Okay, that's different, right? Again, so let's just have hypothetically say it's 2, 4, 6, 8. Who do you appreciate, Mr. Schulter? Mr. Schulter, Mr. Schulter. But besides that, okay, we're just dealing with 3 numbers right here, consecutive even numbers, 2, 4, 6. Okay, if 2 is x, 4 is 2 more than that, so it's x plus 2. And then 6 is 4 more than that, or x plus 4. 3 consecutive x plus x plus 2 plus x plus 4 equals negative 84. We can solve this. Combine like terms. 3x plus 6 equals negative 84. We can keep solving. Minus 6. And we get x equals negative 30. However, negative 30 is one of them. We need 2 more. It's not negative 32 because we said x was the smallest when we wrote it like this, right? We said x was the smallest, so the next one is actually negative 28 and negative 26. Guys, when you're working on your homework, if you don't understand how to do this, guess where you need to go to figure out the y. Guess where you can go to help you with figuring out how to do it. YouTube. Grab this video on YouTube. You can hear the explanation. Your homework, I'll put it up at the board.